Hello, welcome to another tonal landscape oil painting demonstration. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the painting I'm bringing you today is called First Light. It's a 6 by 8 and I painted this yesterday. I'm very happy to share it with you. Very M. Francis coloration and tonal kind of semi-abstracted landscape here. We are starting out with a bit of hardboard. It's been primed with two, maybe three good coats of house paint to give us a really nice color. It's called Deep Earth, and I think this supports us real well. You've seen me oil out the board there, and the reason I do that, first of all, you can see that I've got a little more accurate representation of that color. A lot of that's going to peek up through bits of the painting where I didn't cover things completely. Now we're working into the grid, and you guys see me do this all the time. I call this the M. Francis grid, although God knows I didn't invent it. It's a very simple grid where the board's divided in half each way. And I don't get real exact about what I'm doing, but it's great to have a couple more places that you can kind of measure where things are in the scene. So I have a corresponding grid on my reference image. And like I say, I will change, move, do whatever, but it's just good to have those bearings early on. And in the larger stuff I've been doing, I've actually increased that grid size, and I'll tell you about that when we get to one of those. I was going to put up one today, but it's 8 hours long, and everything in my whole setup here was just choking, just dying. So I'm going to reevaluate, and it's all good because I really love this little painting I did yesterday. And kind of what I've been doing is working on this project of big scenics for the out here in New Zealand, the area where I live. It's designed to appeal to tourists. But we all know my heart is, really more in the tonalist camp. And so, as a little treat, since I just finished a very good painting earlier in the week, which I was going to try and present to you today, I did this one as kind of a little reward for myself, a little 6 by 8. What I like about the 6 by 8s is I was able to do this all in one day. I came in the morning. This is what you see me doing here. And painted the underpainting, which is being painted with burnt umber on that board color. What you see me doing there is lowering the horizon line a little bit. It's really actually very key, very critical to the whole landscape where that falls. And the problem I was having was you could see where that ridge of the slight hilly ridge underneath the trees was hitting. I needed to make sure that that lake was down below that, and then I had a little ridge, the little ridge of distant hills you saw us paint there. That needs to be in the right spot too. Now, sorry for some of the weird lighting things. I'm still experimenting with my video recording process, and ultimately I think we're going to get it all lined up nicely. Yeah, we're getting ready to go into the color phase now, and what you missed here is in the members area. It's the whole mixing session. Also, I should point out, members area, full transcripts now, readable transcript of the video painting session, assuming I can manage to pull it off. And oh yeah, you're going to see the paint and fall on us too. I decided to leave it in there so we can talk about what to do. Yeah. I use blue tack to hold the paintings up on my board, and it's been a long time since I had one fall. Anyway, that members area will have the premix. Also, I'll be including the palette in the. There's a blog post that's on my website that's members, YouTube members only access, mostly because they're the ones with the link, and also Substack. We're moving into Substack now as well, and I'm really, really digging it. I have to say, it's just so neat to have a post that I can do the text transcription, a summary of all that. We're talking the live one now. Everything, every little insight, not every little insight, but most every insight that was discussed in that live painting session is there for you, and you can go, wow, okay, I really do want to dial in on this live painting session, and it requires a little bit of commitment on your part because this will be just over 2 hours. The mixing session probably puts it 20 minutes over, but also in that post, both posts, you'll have a picture of my palette that's labeled, and I messed up today. I meant to include that with the live painting sessions as well, but it's a lot of adapting I'm doing, trying to bring you guys extra content. And well, I mean, the content was already there. What I'm trying to do is to make it clear what is there, because I know you want to improve your painting. You don't really mind too much what I'm about. You might like what I do, but most of you, if you're trying to do your own paintings, that's going to be your focus, and that is as it should be. You should be focused. Also, yeah, and that members area post be a good. You see my reference image too, so it's all there for you. It's all laid out. So the sky that I used for this scene, I've used it a lot, and I really, oops, we better get into the book real quick, and then we'll talk about the sky. I've been shipping a lot of books lately. I'm quite gratified for that. Actually, I think we hit number 180. Each book goes out signed and numbered in the back. And it contains a good solid 12 years of knowledge of me trying to figure out how to paint in this tonal manner. I couldn't find any real instructions, so but basically dug deep into the masters and stuff. And that's all documented on my channel. The channel's been going gangbusters since 2015, and this is basically our 10-year anniversary, and we just hit 6,000 subscribers too, which is, maybe don't sound like a lot, but it's all based on the dint of me just sharing what I do. So I'm pretty happy with that. It'd be one thing to build up your channel, with a bunch of like the super secret to doing this and that. You see it all the time, and I think we're all getting tired of it. I'm into authenticity. That's my game. That's what I like to do, and sharing what I do and helping people that want to paint as well. So check out that book. Check out all those videos. Check out this video. All right, sky. So yeah, the reason I keep using that bit of reference is because I love it when I have a bunch of color in the sky, a bit of blue as well, some real light colored clouds. For me, that's just a big win. And though I've used that particular reference a lot of times, I flip it, I move it. Every sky comes out somewhat different, but there is a sort of kind of build up over time where you go, wow, that's an M. Francis sky. Well, why? Because, oh, look, he put clay tones in there, taupe, a little bit of, in this one, I put a little of that Diox Purple up in the top. Yeah, I was feeling bad because I had to scrape off some Diox Purple off my palette. It had gone dry. It's an expensive pigment, too, but fortunately, it doesn't dry that quickly, and it makes beautiful colors like that up there. It'd be very hard to make that any other way, I think. It kind of, the reason it's on my palette is because it 100% says I'm purple. You know, it's not one of these kind of half-hearted. You mix the blue and you mix the red, and yeah, okay, I'm purple. I'll do what you want. No, it's solidly purple. It's like as purple as a purple crayon. Yeah. Okay, so the stream, now I had like in my reference image that, like I said, you can access that in the that blog post from the YouTube's members area or in the Substack members area. They're both $6 a month. Take your pick. Well, take the YouTube has got the greater value because there's hundreds of videos there, but I'm thinking of ways to improve the value of the Substack as well, and keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled. And both of them support me in my process, which is all about sharing and caring. Yeah. So help this guy out if you can. We all know times are getting a little tough. Oh, you can see that pain. That board's going to fall any minute. It's going to fall. I see it slipping. Oh my God. Don't get too stressed out. Yeah, and you really don't want the board to fall when it is wet. I was so lucky here that I didn't lose very much work. Leave it in. You'll see what happens. It's coming up. Yeah, I should have. I didn't even spot, of course, it was tilting. I get so focused in on what I'm doing. And just to recap, we do the sky, and then we come in with the darks from the land. And then we bring in the middle tones and the lights in the land, and we come up to meet the sky, and it always works really well. But that's not, I mean, that's the same process I use for a good painting or a bad painting, right? But ultimately, I guess what I'm trying to say with that is that the process helps me to move through the painting in an efficient way that supports what I'm doing. But it's no guarantee that the painting's going to turn out well. It's just helping, and any little help you can give yourself, because painting, if you're tuned in here, you're looking for education on the old YouTube and the Substack. Painting's not that easy to do, and you need help. And I'm trying to do my best. And really, the video I wanted to put up today this is a great little painting, but it was a big painting and a major work of mine. And I was really determined to hang on to this whole transcription thing I'm doing, but it just became overwhelming because of the length of the video. So, but I haven't given up, especially because the amount of stuff I was able to transcribe really had some great information, and the live area is got amazing information in it. I'm always trying to point out tips and tricks. Look, it's going. Oh my God. I'm always trying to give you tips and tricks here, like what do you do when your board falls while you're hey, ah. Well, you can see how I'm holding it up. That's called blue tack in the States. I'm sure they have it, something similar. The reason why it fell, I'll tell you a couple things. First of all, you stretch it out prior when the board is dry, no painting on it. You stretch it out, and you don't overhandle it, okay? And that way you can use it to hold up your boards. Don't use tiny pieces. You can see I use quite big pieces, and that could have been my problem here. Was it maybe a little too big? Those were the leftover blue tack bits from my last really big painting, so maybe a bit smaller than that, and I probably wouldn't have had as much problem. But then you apply pressure against the board and to make it stick to the easel. And what I would say is that you got to just do that all in one go. You push and you hold, and that's it. If you keep pushing and releasing, that doesn't work. The blue tack will give away. Yeah, I've been using blue tack for years though to hold up my boards, and I always joke, if you give me enough blue tack, I can hold up almost anything. That's where I think maybe people have gone wrong with it, is they try and use little mean tiny pieces to hold up large things, and it doesn't work. So give that a whirl if you like. One of the big questions I had, especially early on in the channel, was how you holding up your boards, and the answer is blue tack, and you can see what goes wrong. And like I said, I got very lucky. I didn't mess up or miss much painting. I was talking a little bit about reference image. This reference image was created digitally. It doesn't have much of a photographic basis. It was based on some old painting, and I ran that through some digital methods. And then when that went into a folder, and I just sat on it. And then yesterday morning, I was thinking, well, I want to paint a 4x6. I mean a 6x8. I want to paint a 6x8, and I want to make it a today painting, because I'm just coming off this big major amount of work I've done. And I come up with this, and it had some kind of water in the foreground. And what I did was you have some tools you can use in Adobe now to modify things. You can select an area and remove it, and use AI generation to do that. But I use that a lot of times to add paths or streams, and so there was already kind of a stream there. I just sort of reinforced it. And honestly, what I ended up painting was quite a lot different. It's not always amazing looking, but it gives you something to look at, and having a little something to look at, which you can then finish and complete using your creativity and imagination. That's a proper use of the digital tools, if you ask me. And one day I may write a whole book about it, because I think it's incumbent on us. Like painting, real paintings, real world, it beats the digital hands down. Okay, But you can use the digitals to support that and to help you create some inspiring reference and how to basically even really fix issues with reference. That's the main thing I think it's very good at. You can be very creative with it though, and I'm really into it. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. We will be live this Friday. I said I wasn't going to be, but I will because I'm waiting for materials. So it'll be the 4th of August that I won't be around. But I will be live. I'll be live. Take good care. Stay out of trouble.